Hello again to Yanni and the rest of the vinyl community. This is part two of me answering your questions, Yanni. And I noticed going back over your questions again, I forgot to, as far as the travel question, I forgot to answer the part of the question is where I like to travel. Um, as far as overseas, obviously Finland. Um, I don't remember what city you're in, Yanni, but I like to go to Helsinki and to Oulu because Oulu, as I mentioned to you before, is where my family came from. Also like to go to London. Those are two cities that I would love to travel to. As far as the U.S., haven't been to Los Angeles yet. Would like to travel to Los Angeles and also to New York City. Before I answer any more your questions, I do have a question for you, Yanni. For somebody who is looking to buy their first Foo Fighter album, what album would you recommend I buy? You talking about the Foo Fighters has gotten me interested into exploring them more beyond what I already have. So I thought I'd ask you that quick question. One of the questions I'd like to answer in this video for you is you asked, what is the best concert I've ever been to? Boy, I have a couple of ones in mind, but I'm going to go with the very first time I ever saw the Scorpions on their 1990-91 Crazy World Tour, just after I finished high school. As I mentioned, my first time seeing my favorite band. The only time I saw them with the lineup of Klaus Meine, Rudolf Schenker, Matthias Jabs, Francis Buchholz, and Herman Rarebell, the lineup they had when they hit it big in the 80s. And it was a fantastic show. They played for like 2.5 hours. They were still rather young, so they were able to exude a lot of energy on stage. The Persian Gulf War just ended, so the song Wind of Change bought a big response from the crowd. It was just a great night. I'd give honorable mention to this one. Nickelback, for as much crap as they get, they put on a hell of a show. They really do. Also, you asked about, I mentioned 2 sports I follow instead of 3 in that question. And I also do follow professional baseball. The team I follow is my local professional team, the Milwaukee Brewers. I also like the Boston Red Sox. As far as, I'm going to have to do some looking through my collection to find my top 5 90s albums. But I can tell you, number 1 would be Scorpions' Crazy World, released in 1990. But I'll answer that question in my next video. I'll look over your questions again to see if I'm forgetting something in the back of my mind. It seems that I am, but I'll get back to you. And another question I have for you, Yanni, and also anybody else in the VC, what vantage point do you like better? The vantage point I shot my last video from, or this vantage point? I think I'm going to be shooting the rest of my videos from this vantage point, where I don't feel like I'm looking down on you. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble like an idiot. Yanni, appreciate you, man. You have a good day, and I appreciate the rest of the vinyl community, everybody who subbed me. Good day, all.